Hello, everyone. It's me again. I'm going to be hosting this webinar today. Basically, we're going to be talking about how AI can be utilized to create content and how you can basically craft a winning content strategy in the age of AI. Usually it's Dave who is handling and doing these webinars, but because of his schedule, he won't be able to do so today, and I will be the one who will lead you through our presentation. For the people that have seen or that have been here for the previous few webinars, they know me. My name is Darko. I handle business development at Shortlist, which is a sister company to PTE. And we are hosting this series of webinars where basically we cover different marketing topics and potentially uncover some secrets or some techniques that you can utilize in your own business. Shortly about us, PTE is affiliate tech entrepreneur community hosted by Dave, which at the same time is the founder of Shortlist.io, which is like an inbound marketing agency. And we are actually providing and supporting this type of webinars by sharing insights, sharing techniques, sharing different types of techniques that we have utilized throughout the years to actually help our clients to grow their inbound marketing. Today, we're going to be talking about crafting winning content strategy in the age of AI. And it's a topic that has been around for the last 2 years, and it has been like so popular lately. Like how everyone is like, okay, how do I utilize AI, or who is even writing content these days, or how to write content with the help of AI. So there are like numerous topics that are floating around because like the user attention is like limited these days. People read content less and less maybe, but like there is still the pillar thought of basically like content is still king. So basically if you execute your content strategy properly, it can be the main driving force of like traffic to your site. Back in the day, everything was done manually. There are like content writers still to these days that are like in high demand, but their job can be, or it is easier because of the emergence of AI. The point is to know how to utilize AI, and today we're gonna be basically going through some techniques and how to better utilize AI to help yourself. I'm gonna be sharing my screen, sharing our presentation. Don't hesitate to ask any questions or to interrupt me. We have like a private chat. My colleague is monitoring. Martin will be here to get your questions. We'll circle them to me, and basically we are here. We're going to be answering a couple of those at the end, but also feel free to reach out to us or leave your email address if you have like more questions, or you would like to basically find out or ask about potential strategies of driving more content or creating content that drives engagement and conversions. So basically about us, Shortlist is founded by Dave, who is also at the same time realized that there is like an opportunity for the affiliate tech community to have like basically a community where people can gather. They can come from different industries and different different fields, but they need a place where basically they can gather and learn about different type of things. That brought to the birth of the affiliate tech community, and then in partnership with Shortlist, we are organizing these type of webinars where we cover different marketing topics. My name is Darko. I handle like business development at Shortlist. What I do is creating products, creating partnerships, ironing out those services, and all in the area of inbound marketing. Before we dive into the presentation of how you can craft AI and how you can craft a winning content strategy with the help of AI, I have like one basic question. I bet you have read on LinkedIn numerous times about this, or like a bunch of webinars or a bunch of talk shows or podcasts. So which statement best describes your current approach to integrating AI into your content marketing strategies? It can go from actively using AI tools to continuously optimize the strategy, to all the way down to the funnel to being completely skeptical about AI and actually how that matches versus like the traditional content marketing methodologies. You can be anywhere in the spectrum. If you are in the chat, feel free to like answer the questions by just like making sure that you state like which statement reflects you the most. And then we're gonna be covering this type of you're gonna be covering the topic, and you're gonna be potentially moving from like one stage to the to another stage by the end of this webinar. And I hope that that's gonna be the case. So basically, we'll dive right away. First of all, we can talk about like how to actually introduce AI in content marketing, right? Here, what we can do is ask one and make a statement. AI has definitely and completely shifted how we approach content, from ideation to execution and measurement. And throughout this process, basically, there are like three main stages. We have because of AI, we have rapid content generation. AI enables for rapid content generation and optimization of the content. All of those tools like ChatGPT, Jasper, we can now generate blog posts, outlines, design based on the keywords of interest and how far they're in the funnel, and the copy, and everything can be done within minutes, right? Something that actually lasted can last hours and days. Now it can be done in minutes. And another thing that I'm going to be touching upon a lot throughout the presentation, and how to utilize AI by content gap identification. Here is basically like the analysis and the research of like what is covered with content on the topic of your interest or what you are about to preach, and finding like what is not properly covered out there. So basically, you can find gaps by looking at your keywords of interest. And if you want to write something about a specific topic or a specific keyword, you can find variations a lot easier about like things that are not covered so well out there. So this type of like a research, I would say we call this like the research phase of everything. It's made a lot easier by utilization of AI. The next shift that is like the most incremental is in the personalizations. Basically, AI can use user data to customize the message in real time, creating more and more of engaging content. This content can be tailored to your persona, and also to be tailored to the audience that is going to be consumed. The last major shift, the third one, is basically in the data-driven insights. In the data-driven insights, we're able here to make very much a lot faster decisions that are not just being based on gut feelings and like you manually looking through the data, but there is actual behavioral data that can actually predict trends. So all of these things, by leveraging the power of AI, content marketers can streamline their workflow process, deliver more personalized experience, and make more informative decisions to drive their strategies forward. Out of all these, they're all equally important. My personal belief is this stage, or the first one, the rapid content generation, is the content gap identification. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it has been like never has been easier to actually identify content gaps. They're like, you can utilize ChatGPT. They're like integrations that will you can build your own AI agent in a way to help you find and identify gaps out there. So by doing this, you're able to see like for your services or your products or the verticals that the vertical that you want to preach in or talk about, by utilizing AI, you can easily find like gaps of what is not covered. Those gaps are the opportunities. By addressing those opportunities efficiently and creating content to address them, basically you are going ahead of your competitors. So next stage is basically like we are moving to the adoption and the race of AI adoption. AI isn't just like an unknown term anymore. It's already part of like all the mainstream content workflows. There are like a bunch of researchers out there that are like stating how much AI is utilized these days in the content creation type of things. We all know SurveyMonkey. Basically, SurveyMonkey, there is like a very nice survey out there that says that 88% of marketers rely on AI in their current roles. With 93 of them, like the percentage goes even higher, basically using AI to generate content faster. So this is the first stage. Like we utilize AI to put content out there a lot more efficiently, right? Which is great. We can all have like a rich blog. We can all have like we can all be present out there. We can all craft our like content, social media content calendars, and so on. So this is caused by or driven by the need for efficiency and data-driven insights. Basically, one of the key features, like I mentioned in the previous slide, is the content gap identification. By doing so, we put content out there a lot more efficiently and a lot faster than what used to be the case. And if you utilize AI properly to find the perfect gaps or find the opportunities that are not covered, something that used to be done manually, like not only like the creation of the content, but like that research phase that comes even before that. It used to be done manually, and it's like a lot of brain power in terms of like, okay, we have to brainstorm like how we actually can the type of content that we're going to be putting out there, and then also creating that content to resonate with our audience. So all those things were taking a lot of time. They were like very time consuming, and in this stage, that's made a lot easier. So what we need to do now is actually how we can knowing how to create prompts, mastering how LLMs work and how LLMs are thinking. You can get the most out of it by creating the right prompt to give the AI the right instructions to actually go out there, look for the content that is absent and create it. So by doing so, we are going into the phase of like, because we can all master, like we can get better and better in the prompting stage, which will allow us and set up to create the great content. But also then there comes the stage of the challenges of maintaining authenticity and how all those AI outputs can be aligned with the brand voice. Here, like when you create the prompt, you have to make sure that, and when you create the content after it, you have to make sure that basically the right brand voice is utilized. Meaning like you have to tone it according to how you want your brand to be perceived, the topic, and then the relevance in how it resonates with the customers. Now, in the next stage is basically that what we already covered, like the whole funnel. So now we're gonna be going like step by step, stage by stage to evaluate each section. Utilizing AI for content ideation and creation. Here it comes the point of, like I said, the early stage of content gap, opportunity uncovering phase. There are like various tools, like there is Jasper, Copy AI. They can all assist you in generating content ideas they can analyze trends, customer data, industry insight to surface new topics. Then you can find the keywords that you want your brand to be positioned for. Basically, like utilizing all like ChatGPT, Jasper, Copy AI, you can cover the keyword research phase, which is very extremely important. But the keyword research phase is also important to be done with a lot of context in mind. It's not about like if you all go in a ChatGPT and we say like, okay, here is my brand. My brand is we are doing like EV production, right? Then we can generate dozens of keywords. But those keywords, if we don't put them in the right context to get the right data, by doing so, we can like connect APIs from like Search Console, from like various tools like Ahrefs, which are very famous for SEO experts and SEO agencies. It's important to give context to the keywords that are provided, meaning like, okay, how much searches or how popular this particular keyword it is for me, right? We might have one idea in mind about like keywords being important, but we have to have like the real data behind those, and the data can be scraped from various different tools. Once we have that, we can narrow down our process to pick and choose the keyword opportunities that are important. Once we have those keyword opportunities, the content gap analysis will help us also to see for those keywords what is currently ranking out there, because we want to produce content that because every brand is in a different stage, right? We want to produce content that resonates with our brand, that resonates with our audience, but we also have to be mindful about our competitors, because we're not operating in a vacuum. We're operating in all of competitive industries to different degrees, of course, but the idea is like to be mindful of what your competitors are doing and to craft content that you're gonna be finding your niche, how you can actually appeal to your audience. So once you identify the ideas, there are AI tools that can draft versions of the content that you want to produce, and then also to expedite the writing process. So basically, like if we used to like spend hours of creating content that or writing content, also now we can do that in minutes, right? This AI generated drafts can serve as a starting point, and they are not the final product. So this is very important to keep in mind, that like what is delivered by LLMs at this stage, you should not focus 100% as a finished product, because there are elements that human input should actually play a factor. What we mean by that, like there is one area how Google's algorithm actually values content, is, maybe you have heard it on different occasions, is EETA, which is the effectiveness of the content, how transparent it is, how it resonates, and how authoritative it is, the content. So basically, Google encourages people to actually bring new stuff to the table, or publish new and authentic stuff that's within their expertise. So that's why the human part comes, or where the human element comes into play. So we can have this content created very much efficiently, but when or faster, more efficient, and so on. But in the prompting stage and in the post-editing stage, while you optimize the content for SEO, it's important to bring those unique elements in it. So you are the one operating in your own industry, so you have experience, you have expertise, you have authoritative voice, so you have always something new to bring to the table. So it's important, like in the prompt creation and also like in the post-editing phase, while you have the base and the pillars of the content, to include those elements that are going to make your content unique in first place. So that content should also be optimized. So basically, SEO optimized. Sorry. The idea is like there are like some elements. There are like a bunch of AI tools that can help you as well. There are SEO elements that have to be you have to like keep in mind while like producing content, because AI generated content we're still up in the phase of like how well it ranks, right? There are like various case studies supporting AI generated content. There are other case studies that say like the mix between AI and human is the optimal way to go, which, if you ask me, I am in that bracket. But the tools to actually help you, there's like a very nice tool for SEO for anyone that doesn't know it, and is in the business of creating content. I highly encourage you to check Surfer SEO. What it does is basically the created content that you have, like from that you have created with the help of AI and your own expertise, and inserting your elements. Then by putting the content in the Surfer SEO, it analyzes the content versus like what is currently ranking for that particular topic, for that particular keyword, and it's giving you direction and ideas how to further improve to actually perform better. So here it is. Some elements are basically, how do you know like what are the primary keywords, the secondary keywords, the keyword density, and other techniques, basically, and other elements that are important to keep in mind when optimizing content for the search engines. What is important is basically like, if you do this process correctly, if you basically have in mind and you do the proper research by utilizing AI tools in the first AI-powered content ideation phase, you can have your content will already be set up perfectly to actually be able to compete. But in this stage, you're just gonna be fine-tuning based on like what is currently out there. So by doing so, you can actually optimize your content to be able and make sure that that actually gets a better chance of ranking. My apologies. The last stage is basically human oversight and then refinement. We put this one as a fourth stage, but what I would say is basically this is present throughout the whole process, starting from the content ideation phase to the drafting of the content and optimization and refinement. Human oversight is basically present in all of those three stages. You can create most of the content. Like I would say the job will be done maybe 80% by AI, but what's going to make a difference is actually how you utilize the AI, how you create prompts, the instructions that you give to tools like Jasper, Surface, and ChatGPT. So basically, all of these things will help you to deliver a content piece that will tackle multiple boxes. It will resonate with your audience at the first place. It will be built upon the right keywords to actually give you a chance or give the piece a chance to rank. It will be constructed with the competitive landscape in mind. And last but not least is basically it will have the brand voice that you want to translate out there in front of your audience. We're moving to the stage of how do you maintain that brand voice and authenticity. This is extremely important. So what we have to say here is basically AI can sound generic. We have all been there. Like when you play with different and various LLMs and different tools, you can get like in the first stage a very generic type of output. But this is where you need to define and defend your brand voice, I would say. So here, what we strongly recommend is a couple of things that you have to put in the cornerstone of the content creation process. You have to have clear brand guidelines. Make sure that AI tools are trained or prompt using your tone, values, and vocabulary. So we're talking about the whole brand tone and how your brand is actually envisioned in front of the audience. Blend it with human editing. What is produced should be refined, of course. Never, ever publish the raw AI content right away. You should definitely spend time on polishing up. Basically, this is where you are giving your own touch to be working hand in hand with the AI output. And another thing that should be always kept in mind is to preserve emotional resonance. Content should connect. This is especially true in like storytelling type of a thing, product positioning, or when you try to address customer pain points. So basically, like never ever, this is your experience and expertise and trustworthiness comes into play. You are the brand and you know the brand inside out. Making sure that those things are addressed throughout the content and making sure that there is a uniqueness element in each piece that you put out there can go a long way between a successful content strategy versus a generic one that doesn't deliver results. So now we put content out there, right? Yes, it's easy. It's more efficient if you used to have like, or if you needed like a 10 people deep content writing team. Now maybe you can go with less people and then help you with the utilization of AI to deliver more content than what you used to do. One thing that we actually didn't cover that much in the previous slide, that is also like another important element that was briefly mentioned, is actually AI detection, right? Like there are tools that create content. There also have been like a gazillion tools that are utilized to detect AI content, right? Let me give you a breaking news. These tools, they do not work that well. We have done numerous tests about like creation of, because there are like very much a lot of techniques to actually fool these tools into like flagging content as non-AI, or marketing content as non-AI. So like, don't bother too much of running your content through these AI detection tools. If you follow the steps that we mentioned in the previous slides, you can rest assured that your content will not be flagged, because it will have enough uniqueness, and also it will have enough expertise elements to deliver and actually pass these metrics with flying colors. Now, let's move to the phase of how we actually measure effectiveness of this content. So basically, what are some of the metrics, and how are the metrics corresponding between like AI generated content and non-AI generated content? So some things to keep in mind here is basically these are metrics that from service that are measuring the effectiveness of AI content. Engagement rate is basically, for AI generated content, is around 85%. It's slightly dropping from the human generated content, which is around 90. But SEO wise, it's actually on the same level. So by utilizing the right tools, you can still produce content that is gonna be flawless, basically, for the search engines. Bounce rate is lower, and conversion rate, depending on the industry, they can vary between 12 and 20%. Again, if you implement human refinement, putting and editing into the whole process, like throughout the 3 stages of like idea generation, content creation, and optimization, the conversion rate actually increases significantly. In our case, we have done like a lot of like tests while testing different tools, and basically, like, we have, from start to finish, we have had like a lot of in those tests, like, we have increased conversion rate steadily from 10% all up to 20+%. How? AI gets better in each and every day, so that's the hard reality. And another thing is also knowing your niche. Like, you're operating in a niche, you have to be aware, like, what is, and to bring extra knowledge to the table. And this is the element that actually is the key ingredient of making sure that the content converts. Nailing down the content, creating it for the right audience, goes a long way. We are coming near the end. Basically, from all that we covered, a couple of like bullet points to wrap it up. Don't shy away from AI. We at Shortlist, like at the beginning of AI, we have created content strategies entirely human written. But what we do lately is a lot of relying on AI tools to optimize stuff. Like I mentioned, all these AI tools, if utilized correctly, are giving you a better chance for success. Stay informed about emerging AI trends, because, like I said, what AI was a year and a half ago and what AI is today is drastically different. The way that you interact with it and the way that you train it, the way that you make it sure that it's flawlessly integrated with your brand, it gives you a better chance of success. It gives you a better chance of creating content that resonates with your audience. You have to continuously monitor and refine and make sure that it's actually aligned perfectly with your goals. I'm a big fan of, like I said, I'm a big fan of AI, in my opinion, is a tool to help humans to perform better. I'm not sure what the future holds, but at this stage, I do believe that the brands that are excelling are brands that have found a way to make their life easier by utilizing AI, and they have found a way to give their people, to give their rockstar people, the best assistant possible out there. We are more than happy to actually shoot us an email. My email is darko@shortlist.io. Content creation is what we do. We do it in various forms. shoot me an email. I will be more than happy to actually share insights, share case studies of what we have done and how we have improved our clients' content strategies and how they have excelled, and what has actually been the driving force behind it. You don't have to work with us. It can be a consultation session free of charge. I'm super happy to help you and give you our insight and our thoughts. Basically, embracing AI is a must. I'm a firm believer that will not replace human, but human creativity is key. It is a tool to help you deliver better products. Monitoring, because the AI industry is shifting and changing extremely fast. Be always on top of things. There are like new tools coming out weekly, daily. But there are like a couple of clear winners that you can easily spot, like even if you're not like 24/7 into it, and be open to test things out. The best things come out from testing, and you can be surprised like how easier and how better the product becomes each and every day. Marketers, they're in for like a very fun ride, if you ask me. We are all equipped with the best assistants possible. So like knowing how to utilize them to your strength and advantages can go a long way into the difference of creating a content strategy that excels and drives engagement and conversions versus one that lacks in all those manners. Thanks a lot for your attention. I hope that we managed to cover some of the topics of interest. And basically, like I said, feel free to shoot us an email. We'll be more than happy to chime in and give ideas and advice on various topics related to content creation. Thank you once again.